Good day, everyone. Good day, Doc. This is Mr. Elmundim Kagmat, and now I'm going to discuss the curriculum design models. So, the curriculum design models, there's a lot of curriculum design models, but let us focus on the widely used example of curriculum models, which is we implement here in the Philippines, or we implement in different institutions here in the Philippines. So there's three types of curriculum models that we going to discuss and focus, no, which are the subject-centered design, learner-centered design, and lastly, the problem-centered design. So let us proceed to the subject-centered design. So subject-centered design, this subject-centered design focus on the content of the curriculum. The subject-centered design corresponds also or mostly to the textbook because the textbooks are usually written based in the specific subject and course. So, and also we have the two curriculists who believe on this subject-centered design, which are Henry Merson and William Harris. No, as a practice, school hours are located to different school subjects such as science, mathematics, language, social science, physical education, and others. So, as I mentioned earlier, that this practice is also implemented, or we already engage in this subject-centered design. And this subject-centered design have also some variation, which is the individual subject, specific discipline, and combination of a subject or discipline, which are the broad field or the interdisciplinary. So let's proceed to the subject design. So subjects design, I prepare here a questions which addressing to a teachers and a learners. So the first question that the slideshow, which is addressing to a teacher, which is what subject are you teaching? And next is for addressing the learners, which is what subject are you taking? So these questions are they are familiar of this question because they already encounter this kind of subjects, no, this kind of questions, no, and subject-centered design curriculum is the oldest so far and most familiar design for teachers, parent, and other laymen. According to the advocate, subject-centered has an advantage because it is easy to deliver. Textbook, Textbooks are written and support instructional materials are commercially available. Teachers are familiar with the format because they are were educated using also this design. In the Philippines education system, the number of the subject in the elementary education is fewer than in the secondary level. In college, the number of subjects also differs according to the degree program being pursued. For each subjects, a curriculum is being designed. So we know and we already experienced because we are teachers and we are educated enough to understand the this subject design curriculum. And next we have the discipline design. So in this discipline design, there are different level of discipline in accordance to the learners, no, so the curriculum design models is related to the subject design. However, while the subject design is centers only on the cluster or of content, discipline design focus on the academic design. Discipline refers to the specific knowledge learned through a method which the scholar use to study a specific content of their field. Students in history should learn the subject matter like historian. Student in biology should learn how the biologists learn. And so the student and so with the students in mathematics who should learn how mathematicians learn. In the same manner, teachers should teach how the scholar in the discipline will convey the particular knowledge. So discipline design models curriculum is often used in college, but not in the elementary or the secondary level. So from the subject-centered curriculum, the movements higher to the discipline where the students are more matured and more are already moving toward this their career path or discipline as science, mathematics, psychology, humanities, history, and others. So, um, on the discipline design, no, we know that there's a different functions, and in the college level, there's a different approaches, no, on different courses. So the discipline design is focusing on the course of learners what they are taking, and then let's proceed to the correlation design. So correlation design coming from a core correlated curriculum design links separate subject design in other to reduce fragmentation. Subjects are related to one another and still maintain their identify. For example, English literature, social studies are correlate will in the elementary level in the two subject, while the history is being studied different literary pies during the historical period and are also being studied. So for example, the on this correlation of design is the literature as a cure of arts, music, history, geography. No, it is related to it, and to use correlated design, teachers should come together and plan their lesson cooperatively. And in this correlation design, I experienced this during my career as a MAPI teacher at St. Rita's College of Balingasag. No, we have the subject TLE, MAPE, and I'm teaching grade 9 and then grade 8. So we collaborate with my co-teacher, which is from TLE subject, and then we have the same output, no, or objectives on that certain topics, no. So which we collaborate, and then we have a culminating activity in order to our learners na dili sila magat-gatan gid sa kadagan sa ilang himuon, no. At the same time, parehas gihapon og output pa, almost the same. So we work together. We have a plan to conduct a culminating, which is nana dito ang TLE, nana dito ang PE. Okay, so next we have the broad field design or the interdisciplinary. So in this broad field design or interdisciplinary, broad field design or interdisciplinary is variations of subject-centered design. This design was made to cure the compartmentalization of the separate subject and integrate the content that are related to one another. Those subjects such as geography, economics, political science, and anthropology, sociology, and history are focused into one subject called social studies. Language, arts will be include grammar, literature, linguistic, spelling, and composition. So sometimes called the holistic curriculum. Broad field are draw around themes and integration. Interdisciplinary design is similar to thematic design, where the specific theme is identified and also other subject or areas revolve around the theme. So, for example, I am taking physical education at Rizal Technological University. So not only PE1, PE2, which is we know that when we talk physical education, it's refer to sports, no, but not. There's a lot of major subject, no, that I encountered: the Philippine folk dance, the foreign folk dance. Aside from that, we have the subject anatomy, no. So there's a broad field, no, which is under the broad field or interdisciplinary, no. So that is an example of broad field design or the interdisciplinary. Next, we have the learner-centered design. So from the subject-centered design, let us proceed to the learner-centered design. No, among progression or progressive education psychologies, the learner is the center of the educative process. The emphasis is very strong. In elementary level, however, more concern has been placed on the secondary and even the tertiary level. Although in the high school, the subject or the content has become the focus, and in the college level, the discipline is the center. Both levels still recognize the importance of the learners in the curriculum. So, in this learner-centered design, we have the child-centered design, experience-centered design, and humanistic design. So, let us proceed to the child-centered design. No, so child-centered design. This design is often attributed to the influence of John Dewey, Rose, and Pestalozzi. I cannot pronounce the word. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pestalozzi and Frovel. No, so this curriculum design is anchored on the needs and interests of a child. The learners is also considered as a passive individual, both one who engage with his or her environment. One learns by doing. Learner actively create, construct meaning and understanding as viewed by the constructivist. In the child-centered design, learners interact with the teacher and the environment. There is a collaborative effort on both sides to plan lesson, select content, and do activities together. Learning is a product of the child interaction with the environment. So, we familiar in the child-centered design, so katong mga gatudlo sa high school and then gatudlo sa college, no. So sa college, lahi na siya nga level sa or learner-centered design, no, kay sila na gid mismo mo gama. You just give some instruction and then they must follow what you instruct, no. So in the college, in the high school level pod, dili ka siya ingon mag-focus dito sa learner-centered design because there's a student that need to assess also, no. So kanang ginato sila ilabi na sa grade 7, grade 8, dana nga mga level, kinanglan pagid nila ang approach sa elementary level. But we are slowly injected the learner-centered design. So, experience-centered design. So, in this design is familiar to the child's experience design. No, although the focus remains to be the child experience-centered design. Believes that the interests and needs of learners cannot be pre-planned. Instead, experience of the learners become the starting point of the curriculum. Thus, the school environment is left often and free. Learners are made to choose from various activities that the teacher provide. And the learners are empowered to shape their own learning from the different opportunities given by the teachers. In the school where the experience-centered curriculum provide different learning center are found, time inflexible and children are free to make option, feeling, imagining, constructing, relating to others. So in this curriculums, in this experience center design, they emerge the multiple intelligence theory blend with the experience centered design curriculum. So in this experience center design, we prepare activities, no? For example, sa PE, in Philippine folk dance, no? You're going to demonstrate first what are the fundamental dance steps, no? Or the similar steps on that dances, no? For example is the time signature and the music, no? So you're going to discuss first, no? And then you're going to demonstrate first, and then let them discover after, no? Let them demonstrate, no, what you demonstrate or demonstrated. Okay, next is humanistic design. So the key influence in this curriculum design is Abraham Maslow and Carl Roger, no? So Maslow theory of self-actualization explain that a person who achieved their level is accepting of self, other, and nature. It's simple, spontaneous, and natural. It's often to different experiences, processes empathy and sympathy towards the less fortunate among the many others. The person can achieve their states of self-actualization later in life, but has no to start the process while still in the school. Carl Roger, on the other hand, believe that a person can enhance self-directed learning by improving self-understanding. The basic attitude, self-understanding, the basic attitude to guide behavior. In humanistic curriculum design, the development of self is the ultimate objectives of learner. It stresses the whole person and integration of thinking, feeling, and doing. It is considered the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domain to be interconnected and most be addressed in the curriculum is stress the development of positive self-content and interpersonal skills. And so next, let us proceed to the problem-centered design. So generally, the problem-centered design is draw and social problem, needs, interests, and abilities of the learners. Various problems are given, emphasis that are those that centered on life situation. The contemporary in life problem areas of living at many others. In this curriculum content cuts across subject boundaries and must be based on the needs, concern, and abilities of the students. So, two examples are given for the problem-centered design. So, life situation, no? So, in real life, no, what happened? What they doing? No, unsa ilang gipanghimo? Nganong dili kay eskwela ang bata? Nganong inana siya mag-act, no? So what makes the design unique in this, and that the contents are organized in the way that allows students to clearly view problem areas. It uses the past and the present experience of the learners as a main to analyze the basis areas of living. As a starting point, the pressing immediate problem of the society and students' existing concern are utilized. Based on Herbert Spencer's curriculum writing, his emphasis are activities that sustain life, enhance life, aid in rearing children, maintain the individual's social and political relationship, and enhance leisure, tasks, and feeling, the connection of the subject matter to real situation, increase the relevance of the curriculum. So next we have the curriculum core problem design. So in the core problem design, another example of the problem center design is core design, which is it centers on general education and the problem are based on the common humans activities. The central focus of the core design include the common needs, problem, and concern of the learner. Popularized by the Fuentes and Bosing in 1959, it represented the way on how to proceed using core design um curriculum. So um, in this core problem design, there's 11 steps, no, to make the process, no, to make the process. So which are the um, step one: make grow consensus an important problem. Next, develop the criteria of selecting of important problem. Step three: state and define the problem. Step four: decide on the areas of study, including class grouping. Five is less the needed information for resources. Six is obtain and organize information. Seven is analyze and interpret the information. And eight is state the tentative conclusion. Nine, present a report to the class, individual, or by group. 10 is evaluate the conclusion. And 11 is the explore the other avenues for further problem solving. These are some examples of curriculum design. That are many more which are emerging and those that have involved in the past. The example given may be limited, however, for our purposes, they can very well represent curriculum design. So, in these steps, no, in this the topic that we discussed from subject centered design, learner centered design, and the problem centered design. So, we already have that kind of curriculum design, which is already implemented. No, as a teacher, we already implemented. I just remembered when I was working at St. Rita's College of Balingasag. No, so we have a homeroom subject. No, every Monday ni siya may tabo, and then on that subject, you're going to have a reflection. You're going to have a building a relationship between you and your students. Not only the students going to share what they are experienced, but also the teachers. No, so that two nga activities, that two nga subject, I slowly understand why the students are acting like this. No, why those groups are different from other groups. No, when I was teaching high school, no, there are different groups, and then I was thinking, how can I fix this as they become as one group? No, slowly I observe, no, I analyze what are they difference and their similarities. So on the homeroom activity, I create an activities that everyone can participate, but no, but teachers also participate. Also, I'm going to share what I have shared before. No, true to life experience and Also the student sure na adopted na siya, and others wala iyang papa, wala iyang mama, wala iyang papa kay nag-abroad. Sa iyang lula lang siya na na bu- na nagpuyo, or iyang lula nagatiman sa iya. So on that kind of situation, um they are already open to you, and then as a teacher, as a facilitator, you must care that trust of your students, because that one is the starting point in building your relationship between the student and the teacher. And also teacher reminds, you need to know the problem why manyahon ang bata, why pabadungon ang bata, why hilumon kay siya, why nga gamay lang nga puti siyang classmate maghilak na siya, and why ang bata grabe ka papansin, no? Those behavior are, no, priminti na to kakitan in the classroom settings during the face to face. So these are my report, no, which is the subject-centered design, learner-centered design, and lastly, the problem-centered design. And that's all for today. And thank you for listening and watching. And have a good day, everyone. Happy holiday.